Hi everyone, it's Jerry Ann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and today is March 16th, the day before St. Patrick's Day here in the United States, and we are going to finish up the Hopscotch collection. Unfortunately, last week when I did the collection, I forgot to hit record on the second page, and so I'm going to walk you through each and every one of the pages so that you guys can see how they all went together, and tell you which stamp sets things came out of. That way it's on the recording for you guys who can find it. So tonight I'm going to go over the Hopscotch collection. So this was page 1 and 2. So all I did was put the pieces of paper in. As you can see, we've got the big piece, a little piece, little. You have to add a 1/4 inch by 12 inch piece to the page 1. And then I just used my punch, my hexagon punch, and worked on creating a banner. This is where I want to be. This stamp here is actually from the Hopscotch scrapbooking workshop, D1638. So that's where this stamp set comes from. And then the smile, it's the best day ever stamp, comes out of the Pathfinding scrapbooking workshop, D1621. So that is where those two come from. These little pieces right here that says life is better when you're laughing, chalking up to a good time, and fabulously fantastic fun. These are the zip strips that come off of the pattern paper. So on the back is all the details about the papers. So that is the first 2 pages. Is there anyone in the chat currently who has any questions on the first 2 pages? And I'm going to have a lag here for my viewers who are watching the recording, because I wanted to make sure that if anybody who is live in my chat has a question, I can answer that. Any questions? Yes, the cutting guide is on my blog and also over on the Facebook page. So the cutting guide is all cut, or all posted. Okay? So again, this is the Hopscotch collection from Close to My Heart. If you are wanting this collection, I would suggest you get it really, really quickly, because it will sell out. This is only available through March 31st. And now that we are on the downside of the month, I am sure that we are going to be out very quickly. Okay, so that's page 1 and 2. I don't have any questions in the chat popping up. And now we're going to go to page 3 and 4. And this is where I had a lot of questions. All of these little pieces here in the bottom, when you look at the cutting guide on page 3 and 4, there are little pieces for everything. The cutting guide does have the pages, so all of these little pieces are 3 and all of these pieces are 4, and I will post a very good photo showing just this portion of each of the pages so that you can kind of get an idea of which pieces go where. So Tony, the hexagon punch is the small, is that the small one? It is the small Fisker's punch. And that would be, let's see, here's my ruler. Across the punched out piece is, if you can turn the ruler correctly here, the punched out piece is 1.5 from point to point, and it is 1 1/4 down. So if you guys are using your Cricut cartridge and it uses the measurement height, it would be 1 1/4, and the width is 1 1/2. Okay? So that's where those hexagons came from. Alright, so the stamps that are used in this collection, there are a lot of them, and I just started pulling anything out of my collection that had like a speech bubble. Now, I went through my Cricut cartridges, and there are lots of shapes with any of the Close to My Heart cartridges that have a speech bubble. I don't think I saw any in Art Philosophy, but all the other ones do have some sort of speech bubble. And all of the stamps that are these, so you can leave this piece together and stamp it all and then cut it and then ink all the edges, or you can stamp like I did last week and stamp little things in each of those. So this has a combination of different stamp sets, and I'm missing one. Let me grab that one really quick. Oh, here it is. Alright, so I went to my stash of stamps, and I went looking for the ones that had a speech bubble of any kind, and I pulled all of those out. So what I used for this is the Hopscotch Scrapbooking Workshop on the Go stamp set, which is D1638. This is only available if you buy the Hopscotch Workshop on the Go. And I used Seriously, Laugh Out Loud, and this stamp here. Okay. The second stamp set that I used is a Cricut Artiste collection, and it's called Word Balloons. It's D1531. You can only get this stamp set with the Artiste collection. It says, hello, hugs and kisses, love you, you make me smile, hi, thanks, and it's got these really cute arrows. So for anyone who has this collection, these will cut out on your Cricut. And that. The next one is a stamp set that is in the Chalk It Up section, which is called Geekish Chic, and that's D1599. And I used Awkward as my specialty. There's Nerd Alert. There's a lot of really cute things, including a nice banner, some arrows. It also has the 24/7 365 in it, the stamp as well. The next two also come from collections. This is called My Life, and I used My Life and Too Much Fun. So we have Too Much Fun there. And this one is from the Cricut bundle from Art Booking, and it's D1572. Okay, so there's those two here. And then finally, in this as well, around this side, there's kind of confetti. And we'll use that on the last page as well. And this one is the Confetti Wishes Scrapbooking Workshop on the Go stamp set. And it's D1620. You can only get this stamp set with the Workshop on the Go. However, there are other stamps in the Close to My Heart catalog that have just circle stamps that are confetti looking. So definitely know that if you don't already, you aren't picking up the Confetti Wishes Workshop on the Go, that you definitely have other options. This is one way that I wanted to show you guys that we could use those stamp sets that specifically are for specific card or Workshop on the Go's, how they could be taken out of the pinky purple, all of that, and brought in using the colors in Hopscotch and totally look fabulous. So that was the purpose of using so many of those. The only other stamp set that I did use on my previous pages is this one that says Life is Good, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one on the end up, but it is, again, one of those Workshop on the Go stamps. It's D1606. It's called Chalk It Up, and I used this really nice big Life is Good set. Okay, so for those of you who have the collections and have been purchasing them, you should have the majority of the stamp sets that I've used in this collection. If not, you can definitely look through your stash and see what you've got. So for this, for page 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, This whole bottom section, I'll take really good pictures of that. These are 3x3 photos. You have enough room for 5. These little itty bitty skinny strips kind of give it the border and bring it over. We have a banner here that was left over from the front banner. We also created a pocket using some of the thick twine. And then these 2 tags were created out of our leftover pieces, which of course is on the front. Okay? Are there any questions about these 2 pages? And then I did use my Cricut and the art booking cartridge to create some icons and things that we could use on the following pages. But one of the things that I did cut out, which I wanted to show you guys, this is a blue mat. You guys, there are green mats, there are blue mats. When you get the Artfully Sent Cricut cartridge, you want to buy a blue mat. And this is a brand new blue mat because I'm going on scrapbook weekend this weekend. So I wanted 2 mats since I was planning on, I'm planning on using some more die cuts in the next little bit. I'm going to do a mini album out of some of the cuts from the things. And my plan is to have a couple of kits available since I know a lot of you don't have the stamp set. The Cricut bundle one, the one with all the word bubbles, Mindy, this one. This one is only with the Artiste collection. This one here and this one here are both with Cricut bundles. So this one is art booking and this one is Artiste. Okay, so I'm not sure which ones you have. And but a lot of the stamp sets have shapes off of art booking. So if you don't have art booking and you are a scrapbooker, art booking really is the one you should probably pick up, just because it's got a lot of the shapes. The card maker really wants to have the Artfully Sent. The scrapbooker wants the art booking. And then you guys, if you've purchased a Cricut cartridge from me or from any Close to My Heart consultant, you should have received a survey that was asking your opinions on the different things that Close to My Heart has put out there, asking if you want the big cartridges or the little cartridges. The reason is they're looking to develop some things. However, if you did not get that survey, let me know and I'll see if I can send it out to you. However, there's a brand new Cricut cartridge coming out in August. And the cool part about that is they are giving away Cricut cartridges to people who have filled out the survey. So if you have ordered one Cricut cartridge, just one, you should have gotten a survey. And you could possibly be getting the brand new Cricut cartridge for free. And the stamp sets and all of that kind of stuff. Any questions, you guys? Before we move on to our next oh my goodness. Boy Scout starts later than it used to, so that is why there is so much noise upstairs. Alright guys, I'm not hearing any questions. Oh, okay. Well, I love the idea that now that I've kind of played with things a little bit and I'm moving more towards a few different things, and I'm hoping to get a few projects done. All right, so are you guys ready to move on? Art booking. Give me a minute and I will go grab the link. There is the link to art booking. You're welcome. All right, I am ready to move on to the, and that's where the die cuts that I'm using for the rest of these are all coming out of the art booking collection. So I'm going to go ahead and I should probably tell you what the item number for that is for those of you on the recording. You probably really would like to know that. So let me look that up really super quick. That way I can tell you. The item number for that is Z1906. Z1906. All right. So we're working on page 5 and 6. The nice thing about these are they are pretty. Here is the ones that I created with the Heartstrings collection, which of course will also be retiring. But I'm going to show you one of the new collections that's coming up tonight, you guys. So it'll be really fabulous. It's really pretty, and it's very springy, and I cannot wait to go to Stamp Camp Weekend to go play with it. So this one is pretty plain. I haven't figured out what the title of it's going to be yet. The collections were Confetti, Chalk It Up, and Hopscotch. Chalk It Up, Confetti, Hopscotch, and Pathfinding. Pathfinding was the other one. Wow, I did good using all these things. Yay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This layout actually comes from a workshop on the go from years ago. It was the Stella collection, for those of you who may have had that. And their guides came a little differently. You're welcome. What we are doing is, I love the layout. What we are going to do first is we're going to create a background on both of our pieces of paper. I've seen this a couple of times and love, 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 love how I've seen it be done. So we are going to use our flaxen, and we are going to use our stamp of the month, which are these cute little frames. And this is S1503 called Choose Happy. And they've got these really cute frames and everything. We are going to use this one right here. And we are going to create a background with it. As soon as I find the right size block. All right. So this is a used block. I did stamp these out. I'm going to grab a piece of fun foam to stamp underneath just so we get a good impression as we're going along. And this is one of those tips where if you're going to stamp anything really big, just grab a piece of fun foam. This one's not all that clean. Yes, there's a new catalog coming out, and you will get it. I plan on addressing everything and the whole bit, sending those out this next week. Not this week, but next week. Just because I wanted you guys to have them. I was waiting for, they have these, when you guys have purchased in the past, when the big catalog came out, they came out with the little itty bitty stamp sets. You know, the majority of you have gotten this one with the little strawberry and everything when I sent you. They have another one, but I can only get 2 before the catalog goes live. And so part of me was trying to decide if I wanted to wait or not. But I want you guys to have your catalogs in hand before everybody else starts showing everything. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out the catalogs, and then you'll get a little freebie when I can order these in bulk. So I can send them out to those of you who have placed an order. And you'll be getting just another little fun thing in the mail. All right. So what I am using is flaxen. Oh my goodness, I need to take autofocus off. Okay, Martha, we'll believe you. Just because Big Brother Canada hasn't started yet. All right. So I am going to create a background using this stamp set. I'll threaten to fussy cut something and she'll come back. Sorry, I have someone who didn't realize we were on and was on my old Facebook page. So I wanted to make sure to let them know that I am on and they should come play with us. However, I can't see what you guys are typing when she's typing me on Facebook. So anyway, I have settled her out. We're good to go there. All right. All right. Totally, she does know Big Brother big time. All right, so now I'm going to set our other background piece right next to this one so we can just have a continuation go along. I'm hoping that that was the page 1 and page 2. Okay. So this one is going to start in the middle. There we go. Hello. So I'm just creating this background. Definitely getting a workout with this one. She's got those flowers to do. Yay! Ugh. What's wrong? Okay. Alright, I think we have our pages. So these are our background. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little to the sides, which means I'm going to want a piece of try the back of the door! James's stuff is on the back of the door! Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to swoosh the edges. So I'm just adding a little. I want them to go. They're going to come down and ask me where it's at anyway. This technique is called direct to paper. I call it swooshing. Alright, that's a little more swoosh than the other side. So we're going to give it just a little more. It's going to dry lighter. Alright, so now we have our base pages all decorated and pretty with the stamp of the month. Okay, so this is page 1, and page 1 has a lot more pieces than page 2. So, and now that I've done that, I've mixed up my pieces here. So, and then these are our photo mats. And then we have I'm going to have to push you guys back out a little. I feel like you guys are so far away. All right, so you mean you didn't know that the cutting diagram and everything came all in French? I'm teasing. It comes in English. All right. So this goes over here. All right. So we'll work on this piece first. So it comes down 1.5 inches, and over 2 3/4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and lay my Timmy ruler right here at the top. And that's 1.5 inches. So this piece gets put down here. No, she's not. She's working hard on her stuff. Knowing my luck, it's punching a bunch of flowers to send me confetti when I least expect it. All right. All right. All right, so now these are put down where they're supposed to go. The sorbet color, which is this nice orange, these are supposed to be photo mats and or journaling spots. Okay, so let's go ahead and get everything down on the second page. Oh, I know. Poor bee. All right. So again, this part is supposed to be 1.5 inches. Now, the thing that she would do is she'd send Harrison and James things, and they would open them and put the confetti all over the floor. And that is how she would get me. Okay. Luckily I have hardwood floors, so it's easy to sweep up. All right, so here's our pages. We have our nice background. I'm on to her. Ugh. All right, so this little piece is going to go up here in the corner. So there's supposed to be a little bit of a decoration here that kind of has a scallop, kind of like the scallops here on our trusty little photo frame that we used. Oh. And then this piece has an embellishment in it, and so does this piece. I cut out a word to go across the bottom here in crystal blue. It says absolutely blessed. Kind of what I chose to put there. So we'll ink those up, make it, probably give it a little more definition around the edges. So this is a die cut from the art booking collection. So it says absolutely blessed. There's supposed to be 3 little decorations down here. This becomes a flag, and then there's also some decoration here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look and see what I have in our scrap pieces. Ooh, nope, that doesn't work though. Wanted to look and see what we had for our zip strips, so I thought that might be nice. Those are kind of nice. All right, let's see what else we have in the front of our pages. Kind of want something blue because I think that'll help. So let's see. I have this piece of blue left over, and I think we've used the majority of that of the other page. Yeah, because it was this one, the pattern. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab a scallop punch. Scallop border punch. Although that's not going to be very deep. I did get this new one, this new die, and it's an oldie. It's called Floral Bead Edging, but I like the loopy part. I don't have a lot of edge dies, or edge, borders. The only other one I have is this one. Aww. Cutting words for fronts of cards. Okay. Alright. Maybe I'll do this floopy one. Because we have all this floopy stuff. Maybe if I do this floopy one out of the blue. It'd be cute. Good night, Tony. All right. Oh, we'll get it. I have a couple, I really am looking forward to going this weekend because I have a couple of really awesome ideas. And I just need to take the stuff that I'm planning on using and spread out and leave it out for a little bit and get going on it. And then I'll have some projects to show. We'll get to play a little bit. We'll get to do some fun things. All right. So I have our trusty little piece here. It's probably a little too wide. But that's okay. I'd rather have it be a little too wide than not wide enough. So I think I'm going to cut that down just she just hasn't used it. There we go. Now we have this piece. All right. I think this little floopy piece looks really good with this. All right, let's see. Five 5/8 is what I need to cut that at. Awesome. There's my two little pieces there. So now I'm going to take my strong little yeah, it's all Ustream's fault. We're still recording, so that's good. So we got our little floofy there. And then our next floofy goes on this side here. Oh, and that should have been longer. Oh no, because we're going to put the words across it, so it's okay. At least we aren't the telephone. Yeah. All right, I'm going to find a little bit. We're going to doll up our little die cuts here a little bit. We have Absolutely Blessed. And I'm going to take my Juniper, which I believe is a darker version of the Crystal Blue. I think it's just a nice color, so we're going to give it a little detail. As soon as I find the right little, there's one right here. Harrison and I watch Big Brother together. My husband absolutely detests it. And Harrison and I watch all summer. It's one of those things we sit on the couch and watch. You know, I'm wondering if, you know what? I'm going to actually, there's this really nice chevron on this speech bubble. I'm going to add this little texture through my word. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm loving that. You guys can't see it. Oh, I'm loving that, you guys. I am absolutely loving that. I'm going to run upstairs and grab my camera so I can post that so you guys can see the detail. Because I left my phone upstairs. I'm going to run up and get that. It is so pretty. Let me see if I can get you guys close in so you can see. Hold on, I got a little bit of a, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna bring you guys in so you can see. I took the die cut it in crystal blue, inked it with the juniper, and then stamped it with the stamp that has the chevrons in it. But I don't think you guys can really see it. Can you see it? So cute. I'm going to go grab my camera. Because before I put it down, I want you guys to see it because it's awesome. At least I think so. The kitties are following. All right. You guys can't see that any better either. Yeah, the kitties. All right, well, I'll post it over on my site, my Facebook, and then I'll move it over to the other one. All right. It's so pretty. All right, and so that one, this is going to go over here. It's going to say absolutely blessed. All right. So it also tells us, okay, so let's grab in our stash of tons and tons and tons of chipboard. I'm pretty sure I have a heart. Question is, which one? Oh, and that one's got some embossing on it. Oh, I think we're going to use that one just because it's in my stash and it's pretty. And I think I have some banner pieces in here. I think we're going to pull those out too. All right. So, let's see. Since we're doing the... Am I going to like that there? I think so. Poor Martha. All right. So I've got a little heart there that came from my stash. And it's got some embossing on it. And if I can think about it, I will probably... Now I want to find... You know what? I have some clear buttons. Ooh. Here they are. All right. Then I'm going to look for a piece of pattern paper. What's on this side? Do I want that? All right. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut out well, I think that's toast. Let's find our twine. Oh, we have a button. I got it. We're going to do the button there, and we're going to do the messy twine thing. Well, maybe I'll just do you and me. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. All right. Oh, that's too thick. This thick twine really is thick. So I think what I'm going to do is you don't want to knot it because you're not going to. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my, whatever kind of glue this is. Yeah. Then I think we're going to put this little button on top. Awesome. All right, so then last thing on this page that we really need is we need our decoration for this corner. So I'm going to stamp this in some leftover Colonial White cardstock. And yes, after the 3 serious leaves that we tried to stamp last month, I'm going to also stamp this in Juniper. We're going to do that nasty thing that Martha doesn't like. I'm fine. You guys are fine. I'm enjoying it. I really, really am. Have to, because it's like, it's important. This is one of those things where you really should have a nice sharp pair of pointy scissors. All right. I am also going to use a stripe of this pattern paper here. So I'm going to cut, well, what does it say? Accent 1, which is all right. Well, it's going to be 3 inches across. We know that. I just need to know how wide I want that. I think I'm going to go with, where did my trimmer go? I think I'm going to go for like 1.25 inches wide. Kind of like that width. And then, yep. All right, so we have our little piece there. It needs something. I really have to change that. You guys are not nice. Martha has that project to do, and you guys just know how to get her. Just know how to get her. All right, so I'm going to stamp. This is where I want to be. It's got this everything, But then I'm going to do the dreaded fussy cut it out and stick it in the middle there. So and didn't put my squishy underneath it. Just want to make sure my circle is all circled in. I should have put my squishy under that. It was messy. I'm glad though. It is. But I pretty much decided I would rather buy ready mix spray because I'd really like just to have it done. I want it to be a particular color. And it was messy. But I did. I enjoyed it. It was fun to play on that Sunday with it. And then sending my husband out to get some of the things. That was a blast. Poor hubby. At least he went. He went and got what I wanted. Kind of. Alright, so maybe we'll get a pop dot here. I don't know, I might have to restamp this and make it more round. All right. Oh, good. All right, so this, yeah, she was. I think it had to do with glitter. Because one of them was like a something. It had to do with glitter. Oh. Alright, we'll try this one more time because I stretched the stamp out to give me a circle. Well, it just got, the little sparkly things got all over. And it was just like, everywhere I turned, I had sparkle. Alright, this is ridiculous. This does not want to stamp in a circle. No, this was like glitter. This was, yeah. It was like fine dust glitter. Alright, good impression that time. Now we'll let the poor stamp go back to the way it wants to lay. See? So this is how the stamp normally looks. And I forced it into a circle. So now I'm going to fussy cut this out. Oh, the bandana one was fun. I really enjoyed that. That was like a technique that hadn't been done in a long time. Like, I had seen that years ago. And then just thought, oh, you know, needed something different. We used so much pattern paper and wanted people to use their stuff. That was fun. So we kind of have a doodled frame here now that's in a circle. I'm pretty excited. Here's the circle. We stretched it to make a circle, and here's how the stamp comes. And the best part is, now we can put our little thingy in it. All right. You know, I've watched, are you talking about the Misty? I've seen it a couple of times. I've seen a few people use it. I'm just not, I don't know. I don't do enough cutesy cards, I think, to justify $30. I just haven't, I haven't gone there yet. I've looked at it. Actually, what I just bought, which I'm super duper excited about, is one of these. And the reason, I have been looking for one of these forever, and I found one at Craft Warehouse this weekend. And I do think I'd like this for the bigger stamps, or when I want like a bigger greeting, because I'm planning on doing some really, I've seen a couple of cards. My niece needs some, who did I see it? Simon Says, I thought. Is it more than 30? Or it might have been 39, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I looked at it and thought for 40 bucks or 30 bucks, it just wasn't something. Anyway, I got one of these, and I'm kind of excited to try it. Simon Says, maybe? Blue Moon? Wow, no. Really? No, I saw it for 40. I thought I saw it for 40. So anyway, yeah. Well, I definitely don't need it for 70. right. I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp this little one that says, today was hilarious, memorable, perfect. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp it here. I want to look and see which... I'm thinking I might have a bigger... No. Oh, you know what? I do have. Okay, well, sorry. Sorry I got everyone's hopes up. I just... Oh. That's why I decided I didn't want it. All right. And I should have done this before. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah. I don't usually buy $70 scrapbook supplies. Alright, so this is one of the long loopy pieces from the Stamp of the Month. So I'm going to stamp it. I don't know what this looks like on this color. Hold on. I want to find this color here and see what this looks like. Because it's not bad. I'm liking it. Okay. Alright, I know you're supposed to be wiggly wobbly, but I want you to be a little more straight. Alright. Alright, last one. Alright, now I'm going to have to go in and fix this a little bit. So I'm going to grab a blending tool. Alright, it's not perfect, but it's definitely better than it was. Alright, so now we have a cute little thing to add some, oh, you know what, I'm going to add all right. It's not all that fabulous. But it works. All right. Yep, that works that way. So let's go ahead and get the second part done, since we've got all these pretty little things to add. I'm going to want to go around this more with, I'm going to have to find my tool here. I really want these to kind of pop, so I guess I'm going to get my fingers all icky, which is okay, because I really want to darken up the die cut. Nah, Martha's working on flowers. The big brother talk died down a little bit, so she's trying. And I'm taking an obscenely long time to create 2 pages tonight. It was 2 pages last week that didn't get recorded. And this one's got a ton of stamping and stuff on it. Some creativeness. Alright, that works better. Alright, totally better. Alright, I have a piece of cardstock that we cut to whatever it said to cut it to. Here we go. Alright, so this piece, this long piece that was accent 6, which is, this is not 4 inches. Where is the other one? One by 4. Here it is, right here. Knew that was the wrong one. 1 by 4. Okay, and now it says to score this puppy at 1, at 1.5, at 2.5, and at 3. And then it says to trim the ends. I know. Isn't that crazy? 2 hours to make 1 card. I don't think I've ever done a stream where it's taken me 2 hours to make 1 card. Yeah, it's this way. Alright, and then it says to flag the ends, so we're just going to flag those ends. We need to grab our sunset. It was fun. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Right. That gives us our little trusty fold here. This is supposed to go up here in the corner. Like so. And then there's supposed to be another little banner there, but I have some chipboard. Not sure if I want a short and fat one or I want a big and long one. Let's see. Alright, I need a banner that is blue. So I'm going to go ahead and use I am not letting you out, so don't even ask. All right. It is Stella. It's an old workshop on the go called Stella from years ago. I just liked it. Thought it would be fun. Nope. And I punched 2 holes in there with my trusty 1/8 hole punch, and I'm going to take some of my twine here, thread it through, and tie a knot. Oh, don't even come over here and claw me. We got a little bit of our thing. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab I know what I'm going to do. Hold on. Ow. I bought one of these empty fine line standard tip glue bottle things. Just has a humongo tip on it. What did I do with the lid? Here it is. Alright. So I bought this glue bottle at the art store. And it has a super tiny tip. And it's got a pokey thing in the middle to keep it from this glue kind of flows kind of fast. Alright. So now, I'm going to get my fingers all gooey. Put down my die cut there. I'm going to do this one. And did it work well? Because these are kind of expensive. I bought one that has masking in it. Yeah, just a mess. I'm not cut out for mixed media, I don't think. I'm too perfectionistic. Alright, so absolutely. Blessed. Alright, and then it needs 3 little things here, and I think I'm going to do you and me for these little badge buttons. And I think that does it for a 2-page layout. It only took us an hour and 47 minutes. Now where's the first page? So here's kind of the fun little pieces. We've got the little punched border. And we stretched our stamp, so this is exactly the same stamp that we used here, which are ovals. We made it into a circle. And then we used a piece of chipboard, chipboard's heart out of my collection. We used some of the extra thick flaxen and a badge button there. We created our own little journal block here, so there's supposed to be pictures in everything that's got sunset cardstock. And then we used the die cut from the art booking collection. We made a little banner. We've got the badge buttons. So this is page 5 and 6. Now we get to do page 7, which is the one that I've wanted to do for a while. It's the one that's all like stamped with the confetti stamps and everything. So excited. That turned out really cute. I kind of like it. I love the title. Love the title with the stamp of the month, or the stamp that goes with this collection. Using that to create some texture in our thing. All right, so let's clean up our space just a little bit because I'm going to end up stamping a bunch on the next one too. And that's with the Confetti Wishes stamp set. So I want to kind of move things around a little bit. Don't necessarily need those big ones anymore. All right, we're going to stick these in the front. Got a couple more things here. There's one embellishment. Okay. Yay! Here comes page 7 and 8. We might actually finish these pages, you guys. 7 and 8. All right, and these have Indian corn blue on the edges. So, I'm really excited about these pages. All right, so, so this one happens to be, again, another old Workshop on the Go. This one was from a few years ago called Wonderland. And it is it was kind of a winter theme. So this is kind of cool because it's got a fold and some really neat things in it. So this is kind of what the layout looks like here. And then I'm going to remind you of what I created with that basic pages. So here is the one that I created with the random stamping. And so we're going to go ahead and work on this a little bit. So I'm going to pick out my colors, and we're going to use, again, the Confetti Wishes stamp set. And we're just going to stamp away in a corner. We're going to do kind of a corner here, a corner there, and a corner up in the corner up here, just to give it a nice triangle look. And we'll get started. We just need to pull a couple of colors. So I'm going to use Juniper and Flaxen. I'm going to use Indian Corn Blue. So I'm going to use, let's see, we decided on those colors. Flip this over again just so I can see. Flaxen, Glacier, where's my Glacier? Flaxen, Glacier, Indian Corn Blue, Ponderosa Pine, Smoothie, and Sunset. Glacier, Juniper. I'm not going to use pink in this one. I'm going to use Sunset, Indian Corn Blue. I'm trying to think of what color that pink. Well, we're not using pink. And we'll use some Crystal Blue. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull all our little blocks out. All right, and we are using the Confetti Wishes Workshop on the Go stamp set D1620. And we're going to go ahead and put our big dots on the big blocks. We are going to put our little dots on the little blocks. And, oh, there's that dot. There's some triangles here that I'm just not sure I want to use, so I'm just gonna use the circles again. And so we're all set there. I just want to look at my pages, see kind of how I did. All right. So I think I'm going to use I'm just going to open them all up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my crystal blue. Alright guys, I'm going to have to like kind of crowding in down here. I'm stamping off on the sunset because I want it to be a little lighter. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my glacier. I'm not sure how dark. I'm going to go ahead and keep that full color. All right. Five colors. Good job. Thanks for joining us. All right, so here is the random stamping for this. So we've got a cluster here and a cluster there. So we're now going to grab our second sheet of paper and we're going to put our cluster up here in the corner. Other corner. All right. So that's all of our confetti. Okay. I'm going to move those over here a little bit. I'm going to leave all my little stamps on the block so I can still find them. All right, the next thing that we have to do is we're going to create our banner piece. And that's going to be this piece right here. Long piece. And for that piece, we are going to take and score. We're going to grab our scoreboard. Get our fun foam out of the way. All right. And we are going to score at 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 9.5. Okay, and then we have piece L, which is, or this piece here, this other piece that matches, and we're going to score at 1. We're going to score at 1.5. We're going to score at 2.5. And we're going to score at 3. All right. So this is all inked with Indian corn blue. So we're going to do that again. Which I think was that color on that pad that I threw up here. Wow, that white ink from a few weeks ago is still wet. That ink does not dry, does it? Wow. All right, so we're going to grab our Indian corn blue. And we are going to bend all of our pieces. All right. All right, so we're folding, when we fold these up, when you fold them up, they're folding towards the big long end. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and put some sticky strip behind it. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're going to take our piece of zip strip and we're going to stick it right in the middle. And actually, I think I'm going to want to find a piece of solid. And I think I'm going to want to use I'm going to want to use this green. I thought I was going to use the zip strip, but it just is too dark. So we're going to go ahead and use the flaxen. I think that just blends too much. Blends in too much. So I'm going to ink the edges of this one. All right. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and line this in the middle here. And we're just cutting it off even. Then we're going to come up and we're going to cut that into a V. And that is our accent strip. And we've got a couple of pretty little things that are going to go there. All right, and then this one also gets a trusty little chomp. There we go. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start putting our pages together and we'll do the embellishing. So, this big piece goes to page 2. The 2 4x6 pieces go to page 2. These 3 little pieces go here, and this one goes over there. This little piece goes here, and this little piece goes here. All right. So this comes up 2.5 inches from the bottom. So let me take our grid paper out of here. Oops. All right. So this is going to come in 3/4 of an inch, and it is going to come up 2.5 inches. So 3/4 right there. So the littler piece comes, the littler piece here is coming up 2.5 inches. 1, 2.5, and over 3/4. Then this piece lines up with it. This little trusty piece right here comes across the top. So let's go ahead and get those tacked down. Goes right in there. This piece lines up right next to it and comes down. This piece comes across. Just like so. And then we have this little piece here. Now we have our piece here, and this comes up 3.5 inches from the bottom. 1, 2, 3.5. And this comes right across this way. Ah. 1, 2, 3.5. And then our 3 little pieces come in 1.5. And voila! That page is the basics of all of that. And now we're going to do the accompanying page. Which is so much fun. Okay. So this piece, going to line it up on our grid mat here, just so we get things straight. This piece comes in 1/2 inch from the side and 1/2 inch from the bottom. That's where our blue piece comes in. half an inch from the side, half an inch from the bottom. Okay. And these come in 5/8 of an inch. Actually, this one comes in 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. And 5/8 of an inch over from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we have our little pieces. What did I do with them? We have J that goes across, which is this one here. And it goes, let's see, J we were supposed to cut down. Let's see. To 11.5. All right. And then there is that this? No. We cut that piece. And then, oh, you know what? I need another piece of that green. And that piece is a zip strip as well. Should have been 8 inches long. 1/2 inch by 8 inches. All right. So this piece goes here. So we're going to go ahead and tack that in right there. So it's kind of centered. And then this trusty little piece goes right over the top and out. And then our we have our little piece here that comes into the side. Oh, I hope I don't have a black screen. This one comes in 2 inches from the bottom, or from the top. And then this trusty little one. Comes right in over the top. And now I've got white ink all over. Luckily it's white. All right. And then I cut out a couple more pieces. I've got a little die cut. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I have a You and Me, or a Just Be, or I can stamp my stamp, which I think I might do because I really, really like this stamp. And I think I might stamp it in the Indian Corn Blue. This Life is Good. I think I'm going to stamp that. Okay. My pile here has gotten a little... Oh, you know what? We're going to use our trusty new Fiskars stamp. Here we go. I'm going to stamp on the layout. I know, after all that work. Alright. We're going to put our trusty little squishy underneath that corner there. I'm going to stand up. Voila! Like that. Oh, that was awesome. I now have broken in this tool. It can stay in my thing for 6 months now. All right. Yay, that turned out really cute. All right. So, let's see, where are the other ones that I had? I was going to add some confetti pieces to it. Now I just have to find my sticker sheet. I'm hoping I stuck it in the front of... Alright, we're going to have to dig for the other pieces. 'Cause that's not nice, that I can't find them. Because we need them. I don't think I stuck them over there. Alright, I'll find them in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and outline my piece here. I'm going to dump those stamps that I've used. Where are they? That's not nice. They need to come back. Because these ones are the wrong color. Phyllis, I still have your stuff. I'm going to mail it with your catalog. I just haven't gotten that out either. Alright. Alright, I'm looking for my... Where in the world did they get stuck? I'm hoping that they're in like the front of this one then. No. And they're not in that one. Oh, this is making me crazy. That's not nice. Alright, I'm going to finish this part before I panic, because I can't find what I was looking for. They're here somewhere. Although these blue, oh no, that blue is the wrong color. No, those are the wrong color. And the other ones, they're the right color. Just have to see if I can find them. Well, it seems smart if I had put them in with the last pages. Alright. Well, you know. Some days I pretend I'm normal. Alright, I'm going to outline this stamp here. Oh, good night. I am almost done. This one, I just have to find my sparklies to put on, and then this one will be done. Guys, make sure that you're entering the drawing. There are lots of ways to do that. Follow me on Pinterest. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me over on YouTube and post a note. Place an order. Lots of ways to get entries. All right. So we have a couple of other little things to add. Just kind of moving these things out because I'm trying really hard to find my sparklies that are supposed to, oh, and I still have to figure out a title on the other side. All right, where are my sparklies? All right. I got a whole pile of stamps that need to be cleaned and put away. Okay, well, if I can't find the ones that I was thinking of, I'm going to pull my pile over here. And I'm going to show you guys the new paper, too. Those are the wrong color. Those are pink. There's some. And then I have to pack for stamp camp. So I'm going to finish up with you guys tonight, and then I'm going to pack for stamp camp. And these are kind of that color, aren't they? I might use some of those. All right. Ugh. Oh, I have some sequins too. Those will be fun. I need those. These are the wrong color. All right. All right, so on our, go ahead and pull our trusty little confetti looking stuff. Where did my, oh, here we go. So on this one I have the last two. Oh, yeah. You know who we're missing tonight? Sophie. So there's one, and here's the other. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Alright, so we've got two of these foundry clip thingies. It's pokies. And I killed an embellishment. Oh yeah, I hope so too. Alright, so the trick to these are we're going to there's one. And two. So there's two little embellishments. So let's go ahead and scatter some of this stuff around. And then we still have a title piece. So we can do you and me, or we can stamp oh happy day. We've got just be. I think I want to do the you and me, and I want to do the same technique that I did with the other word. So we're going to do that after we finish putting some more bling on a few other things. I want some of these sequins. The boys are back. All right. I think that might do it. But I got a couple of baubles there. You might want to use some of those up.
Hi.
Hi. How was it?
Good.
Yeah?
Do you have the black garbage?
By the table in the other room. By the dining room table?
Yeah.
In the other room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. Oh, I got 2 more. There we go. Another piece down. Used an embellishment. Alright, so this piece just needs a couple of stamps. And so I think I'm going to, let's go ahead and stamp up our words here. Let me grab my piece of paper and my stamp, which is right here. And we're going to use juniper. Mine's all done.
Okay.
Dave put it in the other bag.
Oh, good.
Thank you, though.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Right, I'm going to doodle on this one. All right. It's got that all really cute. You guys see the texture? Here, I'll take another picture. All right. Oh, I'm liking that. So we've got that. We've got our 2 little pins in. And then we just need a couple of little things, and I'm going to look at the stamp set that comes with this one. And I'm going to do Laugh Out Loud right up there. And I'm going to use Indian Corn Blue. And this one comes with the stamp set. This is the stamp from the Workshop on the Go. I'm going to just ink it up really well. Hey, buddy.
Mom got camp cards in today.
You got camp cards in today?
Can I show you?
Give me 1 second. I gotta finish stamping one thing and then put the page in, say goodnight to my ladies, and then I definitely want to see.
But I want to show you them now.
Okay.
The garbage, I'm still working on garbage.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Daddy's not checking me on. Daddy's not gonna check me off. I said I had a bad language.
You had bad language?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I'm not getting checked off.
Oh, well, gotta have good language.
Yeah. Can I show you the camp cards right now?
Let me just say goodnight to everybody on the show. Oh, that's not nice.
Can you say goodnight?
You know what? These ladies send you things in the mail and everything, and I know that you want to talk to me, but you need to be nice.
Okay. Wait for the next mail package, please.
I'm going to add my last embellishment. Another embellishment piece bit the dust on this pack. Very excited. I put the smile there. And then these 2 pieces together. So I'm going to go ahead and slip these in. I love the cleanness of this one. Gotta love my guy. My favorite part is he talks in monotone. Alright, so I've got a few other little pieces that I can add. So again, this is page 1 and 2. Page 3 and 4. I think I'm going to add this Oh Snap, I think, over here. And then page 5 and 6, which we did this evening. Love this. Love. Just some really nice little embellishments. Love that we made this into a circle instead of an oval. And then the last 2 pages, which are just so fresh and light. I'm looking forward to getting some pictures for them. So they are fabulous. So you guys, I promised a sneak peek of the new paper. So I'm going to do that really quick. And then I will say goodnight. I'm going to show you the new paper and the embellishments. Alright, honey, I want to see. Just let me get this done for everybody, okay?
I need to do theirs first.
I do need to do theirs first. And then I'm really excited about the coupons, Harrison. I really am.
Would you like to buy a camp card?
I will love to buy a camp card. I just don't have $5 right this second to hand you.
Should
Okay?
I wait until you get $5 to buy one?
Yes, you can wait to get $5 till I can buy one.
Can I take camp cards to school?
You know what? We will make a note, and then I will do. All right, so this is called Blossom, you guys. It is so pretty. So, so pretty. Very spring. Very lovely. On the back is blue. So the colors in this collection are Glacier, Lagoon, Pear, Smoothie, Sunset, and White Daisy. So again, just beautiful paper. On the back, so this is in the new catalog that you guys will get to see. This has got a really cool pattern on it. And then the other pattern. Alright. Then we have Lagoon, 2 sheets of Lagoon, 2 sheets of White Daisy. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're not getting through right now. 1 piece of Glacier and a piece of Sunset. And of course you get 2 sheets of each of the designer paper. So this is the paper pack. And this comes with a card kit, so you get the card kit for this one. And then the compliments are really pretty stickers. Really, really nice stickers. Just beautiful. Very springy. And then these really pretty enamel embellishments. So these are the collection, and then I will show you. Gosh, I'm breaking all the rules, you guys. But for you guys, I'll show you. Here is the beautiful, this is the beautiful stamp set that goes with it. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to be playing with these while I'm at Stamp Camp. And we will be creating, I am sure, because it's just beautiful. So anyway, I thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for being so patient with getting those layouts done. Next week, I'll have a lot of stuff that I can share. And, you know, we'll kind of walk through some of the projects, some of the things that you guys might want to create. I'm hoping to have kind of a mini album that all the pieces are there, kind of like we did before. And so I'm really super excited about that. So good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. You can find out more information over on my Facebook page, Scrap and Stamp Creations, or over on my blog, scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com. Good night, everyone.